All right, the countdown is on. We are exactly 3 weeks away from one of the biggest annual sporting events in Baltimore. Of course, we're talking about the Turkey Bowl.
Yeah, Calvert Hall up against Loyola, and 3 weeks out. Is that what you said?
No,
3
3 weeks away.
All right, let's go over to Sean Stepner, who previews the big game for us here tonight with a great interview. Sean?
Yeah, today we take a look back at the oldest continuing series between Catholic high school football teams in the country. And if you're talking about the Turkey Bowl, you have to talk about Joe Brune. I caught up with the legendary Loyola coach at his Towson home to reminisce about the big game. No matter what age you are, if you're a football fan in Baltimore, you probably recall the first time you attended the Turkey Bowl.
I can remember the first game I saw was with my father, and I don't know exactly how old I was, but I was young enough that I had to hold his hand.
For decades, Brune was the one extending his hand to coach and mentor countless players at Loyola Blakefield. Brune, now 85, coached the Dons for 35 years. His tenure ended in 2001 with the record of 212, 139, and 1. 19 of those wins coming in the Turkey Bowl, and they meant everything to the Dons faithful.
We could have a terrible season and beat Calvert Hall. And then I'd run into an alumnus during the winter time. He'd say, "You all had a great year this year, didn't you?" Yeah.
What Brune looked forward to each and every year, the days leading up to the biggest game of the season.
The build-up during the season, you're playing every weekend. You got a game, you know. Usually we had a week and a half, sometimes a little bit more, to get ready. So, you know, the anticipation builds up. And also during that time, former players would stop by and reminisce.
Brune hopes his legacy is more about the impact he had on his players rather than the victories or defeats.
I enjoy when a former player runs into me or I run into him and he begins to recount the game, whether it was a win or a loss.
His message to the thousands that will pack United Stadium on Thanksgiving Day?
I hope they have a good time, and I hope that they're there with a lot of their really good friends, and I hope the game gives them a lot of things to talk about in future years. There's always something to talk about.
How much better did the turkey taste if you won the game?
Considerably better. And the whole meal was a whole lot more enjoyable.
And I enjoyed my time with Coach Brune. As for this year's Turkey Bowl, you better believe you'll find him at the game. He tells me he only remembers missing 2 Turkey Bowls in his life, the 2 years when he was in the Army.
How about that?